To believe or not to believe. Hello, Michael Jackson fans. How is everyone doing? I hope everybody is doing okay. I'm okay. You know, I'm in California and we've had a wild ride. Thank God. We survived. We've lost some revenue and some businesses and some business with our shea butter, and I couldn't go to certain markets. So, you know, we did suffer, but we didn't lose our home. We didn't lose our lives. So we're all grateful for that. So hello there, Michaelers. I hope everyone else is doing great. I just want to say condolences to certain people that posted that they lost family members. I did read your comments, so condolences. A couple of things. With the fires, did you guys know Paris had to evacuate? She lives in Malibu. Her house was not destroyed, but she did release a video that I can't find right now. But pretty much saying, the media is saying that she's out having dinner with her fiance while she's really evacuating. And she didn't like that. So she said that she was evacuating, but her house has been saved. I heard, okay. Of course, I haven't been up there to check, or I wouldn't even dare try to get up there because the curfews, I think, have been lifted. But anyway, we're okay. So there is Michael news, though. The Michael news, I don't know if I've been on, and I told you guys, Paris on the 7th of January, she posted that she was a heroin addict and an alcoholic, but she's been sober for 5 years. Okay, so I don't know if I reported that or not, but she left a video and she was showing how she used to be and how she used to be high and how she's really cleaned up her life. And we're really, and then Latoya left her a comment. Congratulations, Paris. I'm so proud of you and your growth and your strength and accomplishment. I thank you for helping others that are going through this. Time flies. It's been 5 years. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. I love you. Sending you much love, light, and continuous positive strength always. As you know, I'm here for you. So that was sweet that Latoya posted that. We've been a little bit worried about Latoya being so thin, but I saw a video of her and she looked like she's putting on a little bit of weight. So she's going to be, hopefully, you know, sometimes, you know, people have to tell you the truth in order to make changes to make you more healthy. So we are very proud of Latoya. Let's see, Latoya. And I had told people that when Paris and Macaulay Culkin had twin spoons, I thought it was heroin. I thought it was the heroin spoons. And just making sure, I'm at the store. I'm at the Skin Butter store. Let me show you guys. I'm at the store. Here we go. I'm at the Skin Butter store. So you guys make sure. I know you're dry. I know you got that dry skin from this cold weather. So make sure you order your Stays All Day Shea at staysalldayshay.com or the skinbutterstore.com. All right. So Latoya is looking so much better. Okay. Where, you know, she puts a lot of her stuff in Insta stories. So it comes and it goes. But she is 68 years old and she is looking fab. So it looked like she was gaining some weight. So we're very pleased about that, Latoya. And she's doing better. So we're happy about that. Now, there is some kind of, you know, shocking news, believe or not to believe, about the Michael biopic. But before we go there, I want to give you a little bit of news. Tosh Jackson, you know, member of 3T, Tito's son. There's Tosh, Terrell, and TJ. Well, Tosh, he went to China. And he was speaking, or at least it was on China.org. Let me show you guys. And China.org, and he was saying singer Tosh Jackson performs in Chengdu, okay, Sichuan province in China. And he was, it says September 15th, but it also said that he was talking about the California wildfires. And he was asking for an investigation. Here it is, January 15th, 2025. And he was asking for an investigation into what happened. And a lot of people are asking for investigations into what happened. And there's a lot of people looking because some of the pumps were not float water, they were dry. Okay, the fire hydrants didn't have water in them. There was a big dam that was supposed to have water. If it's a dam, a reservoir, something that holds a lot of water was dried up, and it only cost like $150,000 to be fixed, and it wasn't fixed, so it was some delayed maintenance. And so there's a lot of people. But anyway, as far as Tosh is concerned, Tosh, just work on the documentary you promised us, Rewriting History. It's for your uncle. It's for his best interest. And you just got to get it done. Fans trusted in you to the tune of $250,000, okay? You must get that documentary done. I heard that he went live and he said, oh, I don't want it to interact. That's just another excuse, okay? Come on, Tosh. You can do it. Punchinella 47, we know you can do it. Punchinella 48, now who do you choose? Punchinella 47. That's an elementary song that I did in like first, second grade, and I still remember it. And it was to encourage you. You know you can do it. Punchinella 47, we know you can do it. Come on, Tosh. Come on, even if it doesn't have a lot of the frills, as long as the information is there and it's compelling and you tell the truth about your uncle's innocence, it's very, very important. Okay, Tosh? All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on. I know I have some other stuff posted. Let's see. Let's see what else. Now, there was supposed to be a lot of stuff. Now, I don't know if this is true, but I posted it. And with the Michael biopic, it's a multi-million-dollar Netflix documentary that has been rumored that there's a Netflix documentary. I don't think it's Tosh's documentary, but it's rumored. And then there's supposed to be a 30th anniversary, a new Pepsi commercial, a themed Met Gala event, Jackson 5 album and mini docuseries, pop-up immersive events, and new Michael Jackson songs. So what I know is they're going to find some new music. I know that. They're going to find some new music to release with this. So, yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to the room. I'm going to get there. Okay? So we're looking forward to the end of 2025. Rest in peace to Wayne Osmond of the Osmond brothers, Marie and Osmond, and Donnie and Marie and Donnie, and the Osmond brothers. One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl. Oh, I don't care what they say. I don't care. So that was their big hit, and they were kind of rivals with the Jackson 5. The Osmonds, it went on to be Donnie and Marie, and they became famous, but never reached a level. But Michael and Donnie were friends, lifetime friends. So their brother Donnie has died. And he was their brother Wayne has died. Not Donnie. Donnie's the most famous one. Not Donnie. Wayne has died at age 73. The Havenhurst house and Neverland and the condo, Michael's condo, and the Calabasas house have all spared. They did not get ruined or destroyed during the fires. Okay, and I don't think Paris's did either. Malibu is a city next to Pacific Palisades, and it's a coastal city. It's on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, just like Pacific Palisades is. And her house got spared too, I believe, but she did have to evacuate. An arsonist tried to set a fire in the midst of all the fire stuff. my address, my mailing address to where so many of you have sent me gifts. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And is 5632 Van Nuys Boulevard in Van Nuys, California, or Sherman Oaks, California. Well, the police caught someone at 5700 Van Nuys Boulevard trying to set a fire. So, gosh, that was way too close. Let's see what else is going on before I get to the big news. Let's see. I'm not even going to talk about you, Snoop. Okay. Marcus Garvey. A lot of you may not know who he is, but he was a big-time activist in the early 1900s. And they hated him because he was doing a Back to Africa thing. And he was just, he was the Martin Luther King of his era. And they convicted him of mail fraud because that's all they can get him on. And so Joe Biden pardoned him, which was cool. All right. So let's see what else is going on. Okay. Tito. This has me wondering. Okay. Let me show you guys this. Let me click it and let me show you guys this. Okay. All right. So here we go. Tito Jackson's family asked court to block release of autopsy records. What? Why? I'm wondering. And of course, people have said they want privacy. Well, that's quite obvious. They want something private. That goes without saying because they want to block it. So there's something that they don't want us to know. There's something in there that they want to keep secret. And I don't know what it is. Apparently, Tito was doing fine and he just had a massive heart attack and he died. That's as simple as the story has been told to us, is that he was driving through Oklahoma. They stopped in New Mexico. They had lunch and all of a sudden Tito said he didn't feel good. His chest was hurting. And one of the guys said he looked at him, looked like he was sweating profusely. And they said that looked like somebody threw water on him. They took him to the doctor. He got to the hospital and he was well enough to say, look in my bag and get me my medical card, which is a normal thing. And so the two guys that was with him that was helping him with the move and stuff, they thought he was going to be fine because he was talking and they went in there. And then, of course, unfortunately, so unfortunately, he had a massive heart attack and died. So I don't know what's in the autopsy that they don't want us to know. I really, really wonder, because autopsies, it could be a very public thing to release the autopsy. We pay as taxpayers in Los Angeles County because it's the Los Angeles Medical Examiner, Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, and we pay taxes and we're supposed to, public record is public record. But there's something in it that they don't want us to know, okay? Even though Michael was picked apart, but guess what? That was not Michael's body. That was not Michael's body. The LAPD detective who watched one of the autopsies said so. Dr. Conrad Murray said so. Michael's all death documents are in the wrong name. The coroner lied about how he named and identified the dead body. The coroner has lied to me about the file of Oscar Quintana, Carlton Austin Guy, aka Michael Jackson. They have lied and they've taken it off of the website. Okay, so that dead body was not Michael's, and I believe that dead body was the body of Carlton Austin Guy, aka Oscar Quintana, aka Michael Jackson, and it was an unclaimed body, and unclaimed bodies are cremated. So if they show us some cremation papers in the name of Michael Jackson, that's Oscar Quintana, Carlton Austin Guy. It is not Michael Joe Jackson. Okay? It is not. Okay? Michael Joe Jackson faked his death, and there's not one death document in the name of his real legal name. And according to the CDC and the Department of Public Health, you can only use their legal name as on their birth record or an adoption or some official name change, and there was no official name change. And even if there was, it wouldn't matter. The coroner would have still lied, because he said he named and identified the dead body through a California driver's license, and there is no California driver's license in the name of Michael Joseph Jackson. They're all in the name of Michael Joe Jackson, per the attorney for the DMV. So be sure to watch my live docuseries to see what I'm saying out of my mouth. You can see the proof of everything that I'm saying out of my mouth. You go to michaeljacksoninsider.com and you get so an abundance of proof. I got something to tell you. Oh man, I knew there was something that I didn't look up. Oh my God, Jackie girl, I'm gonna look it up, and I'm probably gonna go back on live. Okay, I gotta look it up and confirm something that might be a new clue. I gotta see it. I gotta go back to it. Oh man, I'm mad. Okay, Jackie, I didn't totally forget, but I gotta double check something, so I might come back on soon. Okay, guys. There's so much proof that Michael Jackson faked his death. I mean, it's abundant, and the fact that I've been suffocated in a little cubby hole lets you know that Michael's here and he's controlling everything. All right, so now we're going to get to the big news. Okay, the big news is we're going to do a commercial break first. We're going to do a little few second commercial break.
Earl, these scents are spot on. The Bleu de Chanel, the Sauvage, this is marvelous. The Skin Butter Store knows what they're doing. Pearl, these scents are spot on. The Bleu de Chanel, the Sauvage, this is marvelous. The Skin Butter Store knows what they're doing.
All right, so yeah, so that was just a few seconds. So yes, my fragrances that smell like designer fragrances are so spot on. They smell so good. All right, so that's our little commercial break. So, and then you guys can come down if you're, oh, and a Michael Jackson fan came in and said hi, and we talked shop about Michael. So hi, Torin, how you doing? He came in and we talked about Michael Jackson's, and he's from Atlanta, and he came in and he said I was on his, he didn't come to California for me, came to California for other things, but I was in the stop. I'm going to stop by Pearl's shop. So thank you so much for coming in. Okay, and the funny thing is, I ran into him, he was crossing the street, and I stopped for him to pass me by, and I didn't know that he was on his way to my store. That's so funny. Okay, here's the big news. Okay, do we believe it or do we not believe it? Okay, Michael Jackson's biopic reshoot schedules. Insiders denies the film is in peril. Okay, the story, TMZ reported this. And TMZ kind of checks their facts kind of good most of the time. So I think there's a little bit of truth to it and a little bit of embellishment, a little bit of exaggeration. All right. So the story is that back in the 94 settlement, it was the 93 case, but it was the settlement with Jordy Chandler and the Chandler family. Michael and Jordy signed a non-disclosure agreement. So with that agreement, Michael Jackson paid money, but there still could have been a criminal case. You can't pay people off for a criminal case, but that's all they wanted was money anyway. Okay, so they got their money. So I'm done. I'm out of here. Okay. So Jordy apparently accused Michael, the father, Jordy's father, accused Michael, Evan Chandler, of molesting his son because they hung out. And Michael denied that happened, and charges were going to be brought on Michael. Michael was photographed in the nude, his penis, and the pictures didn't match, because if they would have matched, they would have arrested him right then and there. So apparently they didn't match. And so Michael was on tour at the time, and he was in Mexico, and Michael had to cancel his tour. And every tour has cancellation insurance. Every tour has cancellation insurance. So in case the main act cannot perform, insurance, you pay insurance a lot of money, and you get paid that money and it has to be a real reason. So Michael went to rehab, Liz Taylor took him. And he got some insurance money. So everybody's thinking all that money. Well, there's a document that Brian Oxman had that I released many times that said the insurance paid that money to Jordy Chandler. Okay, and I believe it was the cancellation insurance, and that's why Michael was talked into settling, and he just wanted it to go away because it was a big, the real first scandal of his life. The rest of it was gossip, his skin color, the nose jobs, just those kind of things. It wasn't, something criminal. So when these alleged allegations came down, Michael was embarrassed, and he was like goody two shoe, and his career meant so much to him, and so he decided to settle, and the insurance was going to pay it anyway. So what's the big deal, right? Didn't really come out of his pocket. Well, apparently, in that agreement, or an agreement the estate signed, they're not allowed to talk about the case. So the Michael biopic is supposed to include the allegations, because how could you not include the allegations? How could you not? It's a part of Michael's life. It was a big, integral part of his life. The allegations that he was a child, and he's still haunted by that even to this day. I've yet to hear more than just words. Most pedophiles, you got something on them. Right now, it's just people talking. It's all extortion. Oh, Jordy got 20 million? Well, I was a kid that hung out with Michael. Maybe I should say the same thing. And I get me $20 million. I can live the rest of my life with $20 million. And I don't have to work anymore. And I could drive fancy cars. I can live in a big mansion. I can go to fancy dinners. I can have fancy clothes, and people look up to me because fancy vacations, so you got to remember the $20 million represents a lifestyle change. Okay. So, apparently the lawyers for the Chandler contacted the estate and said, whoa, you can't put us in your biopic. So then they had to rewrite, and that's why it was changed. Maybe Michael really did want it released on Easter weekend, because that's when resurrection, Jesus didn't really die, back from the dead. He probably really wanted that date, but when they had to reshoot, okay, and they had to take out Jordy Chandler and the allegations, that set them back. So now they're reshooting some stuff. Now, there's been a statement made. Let me go here. Where was the statement? I think it was on Instagram. And there's a MJ Michael biopic Instagram page. And let me see. Michael biopic Instagram page. Okay, here it is. Michael biopic fan page. Michael Jackson, MJ Biopic News. Okay, that's what it's called. And it says, I'm going to show you guys. Okay. MJ Biopic News. Okay. So, I'm going to read it. Oops, sorry. Okay. Representatives for the Michael Jackson estate and Lionsgate commented on the report, stating that the Michael Jackson biopic is not in total chaos. The inflammatory headlines about the movie halting are simply not true. The film is moving forward and reshoots are happening in March. That's kind of a double statement, huh? It's saying it's not in total chaos. It might be in a little bit of chaos because they are reshooting. Okay, it's supposed to have been in the can. Okay, last year. It's supposed to have been in the can. All the shooting were done. All they were doing was, the only thing that they were doing was post-production, right? And preparing for the launch, and they're putting together the marketing and the marketing program, the posters, the commercials. There is a lot to do, especially on Michael Jackson's level. Michael wants his biopic to be the #1 most successful, most money-making biopic in the history of biopics, okay? So he's got a long way to go, because we got Ray which was Jamie Foxx winning Best Actor, and he deserved that award, period. Okay? He was more Ray than Ray Charles. Okay? We got the Elvis biopic, which did really, really well. We got Queen. That biopic did really, really well. I don't know about Elton John's biopic. It did pretty good. But he's got some mountains to climb to outdo those biopics. So apparently they are reshooting, okay? And it has been moved from Easter weekend release to October, but then I read somewhere that it was November. So there's truth to it, but when they say total chaos or it's all jacked up and they got to scrap the whole movie and start all over again, that's embellishment, that's exaggeration. I don't believe that has happened. But I do believe that they had to make some changes because they admit here the film is moving forward and reshots are happening in March. So right now it's the end of January, the last week in January, then February and March. So they're, they got to get ready, get the sets ready. They got to, have costumes. They got to do everything they need to do before they start shooting. So the Michael biopic seems like they did do reshoots. They are going to do reshoots. So there's probably some truth to all that, all that happening. Now, the weird thing is, okay, now this has to do with me. The weird thing is, a few weeks ago, a guy that I've known for a long time, since 2005 or 2006, 2006, or 20 years, okay? The first time I talked to this person, who is still my friend to this day, and we talk to this day, okay, 20 years, right? The first time he called me, he said, "Hi, Pearl, Mr. Joe Jackson's on the phone. He'd like to speak with you." Wow, right? So Joe Jackson, and he put Joe Jackson on the phone. And the reason why Joe wanted to talk to me was because I did the behind the scenes at the Michael Jackson trial. Maybe some of you guys don't know that I was credentialed media inside of Michael Jackson's 2005 trial. I sat right behind the Jacksons. And I did 13 30-minute TV shows that I paid for, that I produced, that I directed, Cecil filmed and recorded. And then after we did that, and we aired them in Southern California. And in 330,000 households, my show was available that talked about the Michael Jackson trial. And it was my reporting. So after Michael got acquitted, in which I predicted the whole way that Michael was going to be acquitted because they had nothing on him. And I even told Michael's bodyguard, where I think Michael was in the back of the car out in front of Neverland. And the bodyguard kind of wanted me to come over and talk to him. And I came over there. He said, "What do you think?" And this was during deliberations. And I told him, his name was Kerry. I said, "Tell Michael that they ain't getting him on nothing. That they're not getting him on nothing." And I was right, because I pay attention and I listen, right? And I was thinking like I was a juror. The whole time, I was not thinking like a journalist. I was thinking like a juror. But I was a juror that was a journalist. That's how I thought of it, right? And somebody who is what do you call it when you're a documentary journalist? That type of thing. A film journalist. I was a film journalist, yeah. And so afterwards, Cecil said, "What are we going to do with all this footage?" Cecil said, "Why don't we make it into a documentary?" What a great idea, Cecil. And so then I made my first documentary called Behind the Scenes of the Michael Jackson Trial, and we released it on our own. So Joe wanted to buy it. Joe was interested in it, and it was Michael who was interested in it. And I would get phone calls from Michael's manager, Ramon Bain. I get phone calls from Tom Mesereau. I get phone calls from, people close to Michael, right? And Joe Jackson. So ended up 7 weeks before the death announcement is when I signed the distribution deal and we renamed it. Instead of Behind the Scenes of the Michael Jackson Trial, we renamed it Michael Jackson Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. And I signed that deal 7 weeks before Michael was announced dead by his brother Jermaine while he was wearing a shirt called Living as King on the back. Okay. And in that documentary, it tells what happened and why Michael was found innocent. Why Michael was found innocent in that documentary. And it ended up being distributed by Warner Brothers to how many 50 million households had it available. And it cleared Michael. So that's why I take it personal when people want to say Michael was a pedophile, is because I put so much work and effort into clearing Michael's name that he wasn't a pedophile. And still to this day, I found nothing that says Michael's a pedophile. Zero. Okay, nothing but little liars talking. That's it. All right. So anyway, so Joey called me and he wanted to buy the documentary. And we had talked many times between that time and that time. So anyway, this person who has set me up to talk to Joe, he's still a friend of mine. So anyway, I have written A Prisoner of Fame, and I've written it, The Price of Fame, A Prisoner of Fame. You guys know The Prisoner of Fame is a short film I did, and it's about Michael switching the bodies and Michael using a body double to go through the entire ambulance, UCLA, the coroner's office, and that was not Michael's body. That was somebody else's body. It was the body of Carlton Guy and Oscar Quintana. Okay. So anyway, so this guy. Okay, so I've written A Prisoner of Fame, The Price of Fame, Prisoner of Fame. I've written it, and I've written several episodes of it. So he introduced me to somebody who might want to finance it. Right? Might want to finance it. Nothing's happened. Okay? And he introduced me to this person, and then we've talked a few times. So this person came to me like 2 weeks ago, and a week or two ago, and he's like, oh, you're going to have to rewrite the whole thing because we want a movie instead of a series. Rewrite the whole thing. Were they thinking about scrapping the movie at one point? Were they thinking about, oh my God, this movie is just so, it focused on the Chandler accusation so much that maybe we can't save it and we got to start all over again. At least that was one report that was out. So at that time, were they looking at me to maybe fill that gap? And for the guy to say, we got to rewrite it, kind of like this has to be rewritten. I'm just saying. I just find it kind of odd timing. You know what I mean? Kind of odd and similar in just an odd, similar way. So nothing's happened with I want it to be, I can write several movies about Michael because I've been studying Michael intensely for 20 years. And our 20-year anniversary is coming up in about a month. When I walked, the last day of February, I walked into that courtroom, and that changed my direction of my life ever since. I was kind of a on-the-move activist, and when I got credentialed to cover Michael's trial, I kind of segued into more Michael Jackson and more focus on Michael Jackson. And now I'm more focused on my skin butter store and my shea butter business. But I still do Michael. And so I don't know when I'll have time to sit down and write a movie. It's so good, guys. It is so good. The first episode, it's so good. It's so good. It kind of opens with Paris, right? At the funeral, right? And how she says, my daddy was the best daddy anyone could ever imagine, right? But then there's the earpiece, right? And then there's the shadowy figure in the background giving her instructions on what to say, right? And then there's Marlon in his speech about his brother saying Angelique. Michael was Angelique instead of angelic. So that tells you he didn't rehearse it and he didn't write it. Because if you wrote it and you really thought your brother was angelic, you would never pronounce it Angelique. And he pronounced it Angelique 2 or 3 times, right? I've already went over that clue. So this is all teleprompter, showtime, get up and go time. Because when your family member really, really dies, you're not letting somebody else write your speech. You're coming from the heart. And you damn sure know the word angelic to describe your brother Michael more than Angelique. So I kind of set up the weirdness of the death hoax, and then we move forward to when Michael had to cancel his tour. Cancel his tour in Mexico because of the allegations that came down, and how they had to get him out of the stadium get him out of the stadium without being noticed. And Michael in the disguises. Oh, it's so good. And then I also have a dreamscape with Brandon and Billie Jean, and oh, it's so good. It's so good, you know, but I wrote it for TV. So the guy's like, no, you got to scrap, you got to rewrite it as a movie. Well, I don't know when I'll have time to do that, or, you know, I got to make money for the skin butter business, guys. I got to make money to pay my bills. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to kind of update you and how I was flabbergasted about what was happening behind the scenes with me. Meanwhile, this news comes out and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of connected. And you guys know, since Michael's alive, he's done MJ the Musical. He's done the Halloween special. He's done all the albums. A Rare Pearl, remember? The Jackson 5, A Rare Pearl? That was for me. He's done MJ1, MJ Immortal. He's done all these projects. All these projects are Michael. Okay, they're not John Branca and John McClane. The two Johns are not the masterminds, even though they are integral parts of getting it done. But they are the conduit to what Michael wants, okay? Because Michael can't be himself, so Michael uses other people like Bobby Anderson, decoys, and to be him, okay? Because he's playing dead. So all these are Michael. Everything is Michael. Michael controls everything, just like his living trust says that he's the trustee and the trustor. All right, guys. And there was something else. I need to look at the Catherine footage, because somebody said she said something, and I just have to verify it before I bring it up as a clue. So anyway, guys, I love you all. Please order some Stays All Day Shea. It's really fabulous. You will not be sorry that you ordered it. It's fantastic for your skin, for even to wake up in the morning, you get out of the shower, and you put on something that you love the smell. It just starts your day off in a great mood. You know, when you smell something and then you put it on your body and your body's glistening and you're looking good and you're smelling good and you get dressed kind of happy, you know, and you're just in a good mood. And that's a great way to start your day with Stays All Day Shea Fragrance Body Butter. So go to theskinbutter.com and order some. And I got other news that I can't tell you guys about just yet too. All right. Love you all. I love you all. Let me see if there's any questions. I don't think so. No, I have not talked to Peter lately. I called the LA license department and had to ask if it was a big deal regarding the middle name. Okay. That is true what you are saying. I had called the LA license department. I had asked if it was a big deal regarding the middle name. Yes, it is a big deal. You got to have the name right. You can't just change somebody's name. You can't just have the name. All health files are, let me see what you have here. Let's see. Oh gosh, I agree. Pearl claimed that Michael Jackson really sung. Oh yeah, I sure did. Where is it? It keeps jumping. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. There was something that I read that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, well, something's their birthday. I don't know what I said. That was your birthday. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. It keeps jumping because somebody keeps sending me new comments. All health files are public for right price. Yeah, it's cheap. The autopsy is off of MJ generally. Did he have cancer or sexual disease or poison? I don't know. There's something they don't want us to know. His security told the truth about the allegations on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. I keep getting the same thing keeps coming. Let me go to the bottom. You guys, do you have the scent BR540? Is that Baccarat 540? Yes, I do. It has to have a lot of oil in it, though. It's kind of expensive, but yeah, I do have Baccarat 540. I do. If it's not on the website, hit me up, okay? And I'll show you how to get it. How's he doing? Peter Michael Bobby. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He's busy with the movie. Michael's busy with the movie. Awesome. I meant it spelled my word. Sorry. Let's see. They also said the dead body had bad feet. That also shows that was an MJ. Well, you know, the weird thing about the feet, there was somebody that supposedly worked with Michael that told a bad feet story, and then Conrad told a bad feet story. But I don't remember the autopsy having, you know, a totally horrible feet issue. So that's a weird thing, because the autopsy didn't get into problems with the feet, but Michael was supposed to have problems with his feet, per Conrad Murray, and per that person that told the story that was a part of the cast of This Is It. Okay, oh yeah, that's another project Michael was in charge of, This Is It. Let's see. Okay, guys. Oh, one new comment. Let's go to the bottom here. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, I love you all, but I gotta go, okay? So I will check on this other clue by this wonderful person named Jackie, and I will get back with you guys. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.